All right, fellas. Welcome back. Today we are going to be ripping a dog bowl entry, and we got the 2 spots. We get a little lucky with draft pick position. Lamb goes at the 1, which you're slowly seeing him creep up to Barkley, 1.9 ADP, Lamb 2.1. And I think it's even more important in these dog bowls to actually grab a wide receiver early. We have 2 Lamb shares, so we're lucky there. Let's go Henry, and let's get a piece of this Baltimore offense, which I think could absolutely just steamroll Washington. Let's get the overlay up and on the screen. You can probably hear it in my voice, but we're coming down with a little something, probably the daycare variant of the week. But yeah, it does feel good to get at least 1 Baltimore piece. I tend to just keep my flowers with Lamar Jackson and play it like that because we've seen how heavily tied a flower spike week is to a QB1 overall finish for Lamar. So I do try to stick with that stack if we're going flowers. If not, I like playing this on the ground. Some other news, and I think we covered this on Tuesday, is Joe Mixon. Leaning into Q tags, right? Didn't work for me last week. Leaning into Q tags, Joe Mixon back to practice today. He goes way too late. He goes way too late. After Rico, if you knew that Joe Mixon was playing, where would you put him, right? He would go ahead of B-Rob. He'd go ahead of JT because JT's probably not playing. He would be in this Chuba James Conner range. And I like Chuba. I love this matchup. Atlanta giving up a ton of yards on the ground to running backs. Same thing with Indy. If I got out of a draft and my 2 running backs were Hubbard and Tony Pollard, feeling really good about my team. So that's why I think it's important to go get a wide receiver early. Now Derrick Henry, someone that can break the slate. So let's go Henry here. I also Barkley. Great, gonna have a share maybe in dog bowl. I'm also only doing 10 to 12 a week, so if I don't get one, that's okay as well. But being able to get Devonta Smith back here at 23 seems like a more optimal way to play it. AJ Brown goes at 7, and shout out to the boys, Sack, D-Rap. He's got 2 tickets. I am the Sims. Other than that, though, this might be a little softer of a room. Yeah, so you see Sack go Chuba here. We're getting Chuba in the 4th round on Monday. So some of these guys that you can just predict to rise, man, you can create some strong teams. Let me see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I had a dog bowl canceled as well. Someone went Stroud in the 1st round. Ruined a good draft. Oh, that's a fun one. Dobbins and Stevenson are fun. And here's leaning into the Q tag on Tuesday. Daniels, I think I got sniped on Terry, but Daniels, Mixon, Javante, who surprisingly has been getting about 17, 18 touches over the course of the last 2 weeks. AJ Brown, but Mixon at pick 55. You're not going to get Mixon at pick 55. I'll be curious to see where he goes in this room. I doubt we can even get him here at 47. So if we want Mixon, it would have to be here or here. I don't think it's the right spot right now for my specific team, but let's see what comes back to us. Where's the Jay Daniels team? Interesting. I like the Godwin click here at 21. Zay's here, Marv's here. For me, I'd rather just bring up Devonta Smith. even if this just gets me a little bit away from ADP, like there are going to be so many Henry Marv teams, Henry James Conner teams. I just want to get a little bit away from, separate myself from that. Also, pulling in a wide receiver in this range is super important. Super important. Pickens is down here too, is like a sneaky last receiver, and then add Justin Fields as your QB in the last round. Calvin Ridley getting back Levis. I think that's a sneaky spot for Ridley. Not getting drafted a whole lot. And then Josh Downs, we have to keep an eye on this. Not spotted on Thursday with the toe injuries. Interesting. He missed yesterday, right? 2 days in a row, definitely not ideal. Myers dealing with an ankle injury. I'm going to go Bowers here. Let's bring in Bowers. Dude pulled in a shit ton of targets last week. It looks like Devontae Adams will not be able to go. And we have this potential injury to Myers that is just going to make Bowers even more so the focal point of this offense. And let's see if we get lucky. We have to get past quite a few sharp people, but Joe Mixon at the end of the draft feels really good. Stevenson still not practicing today, kind of blows, not going to lie. But the good thing, if you're drafting Stevenson in these, like you can just pick swap to Gibson and you're getting the overwhelming majority of carries going to Gibson. So I actually like this, right? Less people are going to draft Stevenson potentially because of this Q tag news. And in my opinion, that's a good leverage spot because I can just pick swap to a low owned Gibson, someone that's owned less than 8.6% of the time. JMO Diggs, Lamar. Tucker Kraft, David Montgomery, Jaden Reed, the little Green Bay double. This should be a love pick, I would think. We have to get past D-Rap, Sack, I Am the Sims, and then I think this name's very familiar. I don't know who it is, but I've seen a lot of sharp teams drafted from them. So shout out to them as well. They could be a threat to Joe Mixon. But guess what? If Dobbins is there, like I'm very happy with Dobbins as my RB2. And then you have to start thinking like, what are we gonna do at QB? And that's where I just sort of lean into like, hey, like Justin Fields is there. Like I feel pretty damn good about that. Another interesting one is going A-Rich, right? And maybe you go Downs as your last receiver. And if A-Rich doesn't play, you're pick swapping to Flacco. And honestly, probably like that even better. But the Pittman news is not great for Flacco. The Downs news, not practicing 2 days in a row, is not ideal. Yeah, Pittman ruled out. Unless that's a D. Could be a D. Come on, baby. Mixon. Come on down. Ooh, just saw green. Just saw green. All these guys can take Mixon too. No one has filled the flex yet. There's Dobbins. I Am the Sims. What do we want to do with our wide receiver position? We can go Amari Cooper here for the bring back in this, and that's not, I don't hate that, to be honest. The guy to our right, though, at the one spot has 3 receivers, so we can push receiver to this round and then go last round. Wow. See? Dude, people are catching on. Like Ridley's going to be low owned in these. I like that click a lot. And a lot of sharp people are reaching up for Tony Pollard too. But yeah, on Monday, Tuesday, you were getting Dobbins in the last round as well. It's not happening anymore. Not happening anymore. Oh, wow. Okay. A lot of our late round guys that we like a lot just got scooped. Not spotted on Thursdays. Bad. it's it's very bad. We know we're going Mixon with this one. Do we just go back to the Wicks well? Do we go back to the Wicks well this week? I like Myers too, but we went Bowers with this one. Las Vegas is only going to score so many points. 16.8 per Vegas. Sutton's there. Downs, I like if he plays. Also wouldn't mind going like Kirk and like Ray McLeod, who's playing 90% plus of snaps. Let's go Downs. All right, dudes. Computer just completely blew up, but we're back just in time to grab A-Rich, and Flacco is there for the pick swap, which is really what you're probably leaning towards with your down stack this week. But maybe you get the rushing upside from A-Rich this week, and then that's good leverage off of Tony Pollard. So there's always that as well. Completely fine with that narrative. So A-Rich, Derrick Henry, Mixon, Devonta Smith, Josh Downs, and Bowers. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. But hope you guys enjoyed this one. Just a quick one streamer today. We'll catch you guys on the next one tomorrow. And I hope you guys enjoy Thursday Night Football. Drop a like, hit the sub, visit bestballoverlay.com. Promo code Pounders, all caps, for the biggest edge in BRs. Pounders.